now listen to WeP3 Radio on the Fox Soul Radio Network. Currently playing PJ Garden, Strong.
Alley soldier's eyes looking warm. It's how a baby cries, how a liar lies, how it hits you when you hear a sad, sad song. Yeah, strong.
Left, your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it.
Thank you for joining in today with Andrea Eichmann and Mark Peterson of the People's Patriot Project for this week's WeP3 Debrief. Find out what our crew has been working on to help support those who have given some and all to the pursuit of liberty and freedoms across Minnesota and the United States. Watch, listen, and support as we create the beacon of hope and opportunity in today's society that needs its heroes. Are you a veteran, first responder, or a patriot looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we want to be the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always clean. We want to be part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to the WeP3 Debrief. Here's Andrea and Mark letting you know the mission. And as always, Patriot Pride.
You got it!
Here we go, brothers and sisters. Boom! It is 4:33 Central Time, of course, on September 9th, 9/9/2024. And we are here, the People's Patriot Project, with our weekly debrief. I'm Mark Peterson, and this is my lovely assistant, not Andrea Eichmann. Not Andrea Eichmann, but we got to get that fixed, brother.
Maybe when we introduce me, we can find some different like describing characteristics or something.
Oh,
maybe I could not be the lovely assistant. Maybe I could just be like the
bold, and the beautiful.
Very robust,
the bold and the beautiful, the bold and beautiful. No, let's not. I won't do that. That's. How's your day, bro?
It's good. It's good. Busy.
Yeah.
We're getting ready for another possible.
I hear you have to batten down the hatches a little bit down there in southern Louisiana.
Yep, looking like it. Looking like it's going to be a short notice hurricane.
Have you been through one before?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, one or a bunch. I've been through several.
Is it a big deal? Is it not a big deal? I mean, we don't really we get to see what the news says, and, you know, Is that
Well, fortunately, I haven't had to be the guy in charge for any major disasters down here. The big storms that came through, we pretty much said we'll come back to whatever's left, and we rolled out. But I remember when Hurricane Andrew came through, I must have been somewhere between 8 and 12 years old or something like that. And we all went and stayed in one of the church buildings. A bunch of the families stayed in the church buildings because they were a little more solid. And at some point, my dad said the walls of the building were pushing in from the pressure about a foot. So I'd imagine if I was around for something to that magnitude, I'd be pretty scary. But I'd probably leave and just take my chances, honestly.
well? Our thoughts are with you and your family and our other WeP3 team members down there. Please be safe. And again, let us know what you need, man. Let's get you through it, and we'll do it. It's really weird because I am seeing some people comment on the show. Mr. Daniels, good to see you, your brother. But do you see up at the top of the screen that says that no one is here, which is really
it's weird.
Kind of weird.
I wonder maybe, how I don't know, maybe this is airing, not really dirty laundry, but airing some of our mechanical errors. But how when we we broadcast to all the different shows, but when we type in comments and send them through, it really only goes to 4 channels. I wonder if the viewership is only reading those 4 channels. Maybe.
I don't know.
Me neither. That's something we'd have to tackle.
I know last night. I know 4:30 is kind of a tough space, but we kind of put this out there so people understand. It's not necessarily. It's meant to be viewed. Yes. A. B. It's supposed to be a quick hit. Granted, I don't know if we know how to do quick hits anymore, and that's fine because there's a lot of things going on. But
I'll be right back.
Yep, this episode is meant to be here for a space that shares the specific missions and activities of the People's Patriot Project. For those who follow us, you know that we come here and share on the weekly what we're doing. Amanda, good to see you. Thank you for being here, a regular in the house. Jeremy Daniels, a regular in the house. We just appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you are doing your absolute mandatory reach out to your brothers and sisters. We are getting out the posts ready for our WeP3 Wave. Last night's show, that's one of the things that we do. So our Sunday show is about boots on the ground organizations. And there's no way we could have planned what happened last night. And if you haven't had the chance to see the episode, I will definitely put the link, the YouTube link into the chat here so people see it. It was one of the most emotional episodes that we've done. I talked to Jonathan before this broadcast, and I said, we put together a good show. And his comment was, I don't know if I can do shows like that all the time, which totally get it. We had a boots on the ground influencer that we've recently come to know, Mr. Hudgens, first sergeant retired, who also served, not with his wife, but his wife served as well. Mr. Hudgens is a surviving spouse of JJ. That's how we refer to his wife, Jerry J. Hudgens, who had taken her life 29 April 2019 after several deployments and left behind 2 beautiful daughters and 3 stepsons. Um, had a broken hip and during deployment. There's a couple other things that had happened. She was medically discharged. Things weren't, definitely not going the way that she wanted to go in regards to her involvement in service, and ultimately the demons got there, and Mr. Hudgens has decided to continue the mission, being a Gold Star husband and a service member. He has decided that he's going to carry the torch and carry the banner of another nonprofit, and it is, and I've got so many tabs open. The Travis
Mannion
Foundation, and he came on to share his experience, his life, his story. And we actually had another guest on who was our musician, and Jonathan normally takes over the story about the musician, and we'll get to the music part of it. But little did we know, granted, I met Mr. Romeo Vaughn last May down in Nashville. I was down there for the CRS convention, the country radio
syndicate.
That S is a weird one.
Syndicate?
No, I want to say seminar. It's a weird one. Anyway, largest radio convention in the country for country music. Also at the same time, Label 22 with Stephen Cochran and Brian Romans was launching, and went down there for that. Got to hang out with Chris Turner, Cody Howell, and several other veteran musicians during the weekend. Amazing experience, and I got to meet Romeo Vaughn, and he had larger than life guy. He's a fashion designer. He designs kind of blingy country music designs for artists, and he has his own music line and plays. And trying to get him on our show for a gigantic chunk of time, and it wasn't working out for whatever reason. And I reached out to him again as I go through my contacts and say, hey, Romeo, you want to give this a shot? And he said, you know what? I've completely changed my life. I've accepted the Lord in my life, and I am now going to just kind of focus on that. And I'm like, you still playing music? And again, I don't want to pressure the guy into coming onto the show. But he goes, yeah, still playing music. I'm like, okay, so nothing's changed for us. You're a veteran, you play music, and we'd like to showcase you on our show. That's it, plain and simple. And he's like, yep, you can't plan this stuff. We had no idea. So as the show is progressing, and Mr. Hudgens is sharing his story and his past, Romeo is clearly dealing with something at the time, and Romeo gets a space to speak, and we're doing an intro for him, and the next thing we know, he's emotionally worked up, and he is emotionally worked up. And what's going on, brother? And he's sharing the story about how he recently went through the steps and the processes to end his life. And that by the graces of the higher powers or God, whatever you choose to serve, I know what I choose to serve, but his father caught him in the act and was able to save him at that moment. And so we are, what a moment. Not that I'm here to exploit the moment, not that we're here to exploit that moment, but that we have brothers and sisters. Now, here's my frustration. My frustration is Romeo, who goes by his real name is Emmanuel, has known our mission since May. And when I met him in May, he's like, you know what? I wish I knew that these organizations existed back, because he's dealt with drug addiction and other homelessness and a whole other slew of issues in his past. And he's battling back and through that. And so now he's clean, he's sober, he's not using, and he is in that space. Well, he's looking at making some changes, but he's having to share the story with us at the drop of a hat, which again, hence the emotion. And now we're in a different kind of conversation, because normally our musicians come on and they're just about playing music and sharing their story through music. And the next thing we got is Jonathan's side of the story, which is his music. But what an amazing dialogue. Have been in contact with Romeo since last night's episode, and I'll probably reach out to him again. Kind of force drove. We always do our call to action every week, where we reach out to 6 brothers and sisters in our contact list. Well, we also have done the WeP3 wave, where we consider ourselves all a drop in the bucket, but you know what? When all these drops come together, we create a wave, and it's an ocean of men and women that are taking care of our brothers and sisters. And so we're going to get those pieces put in place and make sure for this month of September, we are going to be running the WeP3 wave and making sure that we are. Yeah, this isn't. Please, if you have time, go. This is. We're asking you, please. It is critical. It is essential. There are Romeos out there everywhere. And that was something that Romeo was sharing last night. There are Romeos everywhere that are thinking and contemplating about taking that last breath. There are spouses of veterans and first responders that are considering taking their last breath. Yet we have to start reaching out and building and fostering those relationships. Good, Jeremy. It's a long time coming, and it's a conversation that needs to be had. Another battle that one of our brothers is dealing with. And again, if you haven't seen Jeremy Daniels' story, go check him out on Facebook. He does a great job of putting it out there. And he's, like he said, let the dominoes fall where they may. We hope you find a way to become complete, Jeremy. That's the whole goal in this. But last night, back to our episode, and you're really quiet, Jonathan.
I'm listening, man. Plus, there's a lot of stuff going on.
I suppose.
In the neighborhood, people moving stuff, picking up stuff, cutting grass, because who knows when's the next time you'll be able to do that.
Yeah, you got to get
a lot of stuff going on.
Sure.
But we had, as Mark mentioned, we had Romeo last night doing some music, and he's been through his story last night was, I think it's one that some of us have been through before. But everybody's story's their own. It's different. So, but the key pieces of it, I think some of us have been through before. And he admittedly attempted to take his own life, and since then he's had some transformations in his life, and ended up giving his life to Jesus. And some of us, like the premise of his music last night was gospel music, and the first song was one that he wrote recently called "His Name Is Jesus." And unfortunately, we don't have. I mean, they're super recently, so we don't have any recordings. But 'cause I'd love to play some today. But the title of the song was "His Name Is Jesus." Great song. It kind of talks about his story and how he found a reason to move on, or a reason to not go. And the second song he sang was one of my absolute favorite songs. Is a Crowder cover of the song called "All My Hope." and that's just, man, that's a big song, powerful song. But then Romeo had to head out. The premise of the song "All My Hope" is it's the one of the key line of the song is "All my hope is in Jesus." So Romeo headed out after that. His phone was getting kind of low, so he left us with a message though, and the message was love. Beyond everything else, beyond all disagreement and whatever, beyond everything, love people. Just love. It's too easy, honestly. But after Romeo left, we only got 2 songs. We usually close with a song, so we did close the night with Shannon Book's "You Are Not Alone." And it's one of my songs that when I'm feeling kind of like down or in my head a little bit, that song kind of always seems to come up and play me out of it. So great night of I don't want to say it nonchalantly, but testimony. I almost said storytelling, but then testimony came to mind. I think that's a much better word for what we got to hear last night. And I don't know, man. The show was. I've been trying to put it into words. The show was really heavy. It had some moments in it, several moments in it that just, almost wanted to shut my camera off and just go sit on the side and let it rip. But in the end, when it was all said and done, I think it was like more of a uplift, relieved. The play out of it was fantastic. It was wonderful, and I'm super, super glad that I got to be a part of it.
The interesting piece, and it's hard to use words, and you're using words, and I'm zero attack here. It's like wonderful and great, and it's heartbreaking. And I know I went through the same conversations because I needed to be part of conversation, or I need to be part of, and you don't need to be, but if these conversations aren't had, then it's like it doesn't happen. And it's like, the classic, what, if there's no picture, it doesn't count, the old fisherman's, why, I caught a fish this big. Oh yeah, well, if there's no picture, it doesn't count. And if we don't hear these real life accounts, then who's to believe or to know if they've never been through it? And listening and watching some of the comments, Mr. DeMith, Frank DeMith, looking at his comments today at post show, is just, I'm absolutely 40 minutes into this and absolutely bawling my eyes out listening to the story of Mr. Hutchins, and then then Romeo comes in and shares his story, and on top of that is able to sing his song. And Shannon Book, if you didn't see it, you need to get on there and check it out. It's in the link up there. But we closed our show last night with you, brother, because it was the right song for the right time. And I even chastised Jonathan for picking the perfect song for the evening. Zero chastisement, but thank goodness people don't get to see how the team is reacting during that song, and just given the and I don't want to use it, the life, listening to the life. It's not a story. Listening to the life of these men who literally have laid it all on the line. A, during our show, B, as service members in our military, and C, committed to being part of the mission after the fact. I mean, it's an amazing episode. Amazing episode. Sad, real, painful. All those fit into it, but thank God they're here to tell the story. That's where we're at right now. Sadly, unfortunately, not everyone is still here to be part of that story, and that's kind of what we're dealing with. Thank you, brother. Thank you. It's in the link's here, but Shannon, if you need it, I can send it to you. Thank you, Amanda.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I had that a similar conversation with someone today who was talking about doing podcast, but wanted to do it for veterans, and also, just anyways, the premise of the story was, if you're doing a podcast or taking on the burden of mental health and trying to push that forward, if you're not doing it for the right reasons, it will drag you down and beat you up, man.
It's ugly. It gets ugly out there. And, you want to talk about, what's the right word? I'm trying to formulate my thoughts here. Sorry, I'm struggling with it. I'm lost. I'm lost for a moment. It is, I don't want to say that I am the right person. I can tell you right now, the WeP3 team is the right team. Thank you, Jeremy. Someone needs to knock me in the melon.
That's a Shannon book thing, I think.
Yes.
Always say that.
It is. We have an amazing team, and when I say that, I'm not throwing the clout to me. I'm saying the WeP3 team with the people that give their heart, their passion, their soul, their lives to continue the mission. And I know that I can put Jonathan, I'm not worried about you on the storm, brother. I'm telling you, I'm not, and maybe that's a bad thing to do, because I know your character, and I know who you are, and I know you're safe, and I know everything's going to work out in the end. That's the same conversation I have when we are putting our team members in front of these people, get these people in front of these stories, these conversations, these conflicts. I know we have the right team in the right place, and I'm blessed. I'm blessed because of you guys. I'm blessed because of the people that have come on our show. I will gladly say I selfishly do this because my service is therapeutic to me.
Yeah, I actually wrote that down last night when he said it, and I've written it down in several other places throughout the day today. Amanda, that one's I'm gonna find something to say about that for sure.
It's it's at the end of the night you get to drop the mic and say, boom, we did the job. Thank you, Shannon. Gosh. We got good people all around us, Jonathan. You know that?
For sure.
Amanda,
For sure. Who would have thought
Amanda?
that 2 years ago, 3 years ago, really, I guess, I kind of took on this journey thinking I was about to not necessarily revolutionize anything, but, I took on this journey because I was in a space where I was kind of alone with all of my, I used to say, like, I want to say military issues, but, I was alone in the things I went through. I didn't have friends that were in the military with me. I didn't have any of that. So, I took on this journey trying to build a community for people who were like me, and I ended up jumping in right up in the middle of one that was that was big enough to where I can't believe I didn't know about it before. So, yeah, I've gotten to meet, I mean, all the people at Hero Stock and Mark and Andrea and all the people we've met doing events down here and South Louisiana Veterans Outreach. And sooner or later, we're going to add Shannon Book and Amanda to that as well. But just all kinds of people with just, and you know, I've gotten something from just about every one of them that was just, I'm excited to be here. I'll just say that.
So Scotty Frazier reached out again to me. He's just on the clock, he's just on the spot. A nice place, nice time, nice just to feel. And it's just like, thanks, brother. I needed to hear from you. But again, said you gotta check out last night's episode. And there is a gigantic piece of frustration with this, and it's not a bad thing. It's just part of what you got to deal with. But the number of people that we brought into our lives because of the mission, and the number of people that I literally want to talk to daily, and there's just no fathomable way to fit it all in anymore. And I just hope, and again, I'm saying this because the people that are here, please know that you're in my thoughts regularly. I wish I had more time to share how often you're in my thoughts. My team absolutely did, not my team, our team, the We team. I took some time this summer to reactivate some pieces in my world, and it needed to happen. And they carried the load the entire summer. And so again, I know I've got the right people. I know that the right people are doing here for the mission, and they're not here to serve me. By no means do I take that notion, take that response. It is, we are working together and we're trying to make something bigger, better, badder. Shannon, unfortunately, we are not going to make it to the Hero Stock events. It's just not in the cards right now. So that's unfortunate.
All travel budgeted up this year.
Yeah. So,
by the way, I tell people that all the time, man. I traveled more in 1 year last year than I think I have in my entire life to this point, and it was awesome. And we're just recouping a little bit. We can get back on it next year,
and
probably.
We would be remiss to say, Kimmer wasn't part of the show last night with her story and what she was doing. And then we got this one out there who broad shoulders, broad responsibilities, and always gets the job done. We appreciate you. What do you got going on? What's this? Oh, boom, bam, bam, bam.
Just got it in today.
What? Oh my goodness, what's that?
Oh yeah. You even get one of these to go on the sleeve.
Damn,
oh yeah. That's that. And I'm not just I didn't create this shirt. I didn't know what to expect when it came in. It could have been, the shirt is it fits great. It's comfortable as hell. Just saying. And you can find that at the peoplespatriotproject.org website in the shop.
In the shop. We better get that up there. You know what else we forgot to do?
That if I did, then I would be responsible for forgetting.
Right.
I'm just going to let you say you forgot, and we'll just leave it at that.
I forgot. Because, we start every show with, we call it our pledge.
Oh, yeah, we did forget.
You know why we forgot it? Because Andrea is busy serving her community right now, and we're not smart enough to do it ourselves. So that's we know why we get to sit here and act like some buffoons and get to share other people's stories when they're not buffoons. It's us. We're having a great time. We know why we get to do this. We get to do this because of the service members and first responders that have committed their time, sweat, blood, limbs, family, and life so we can all lay our big fat heads on the pillows of freedom. That's not what that says, but that's what I like to say. Because you know what? There is people that just forget that everything they get to do is because the men and women have served this country and their communities. Bottom line, period. Boom. Drop the mic again, blow this thing up, and life is good. And so that's what we got going on. We got a show coming up. We come here every Friday. This is not Friday. This is Monday. We come here every Monday, 4:30. Share what we're doing. I'm not sure what that means. What does that mean? Thank you, Brian Gibson. Project iHeart. Boom. Another one. Oops. I'm all over the place. What is going on?
All right.
What is it?
A cigar and
what are those tiny little things?
Some bourbons. I think she's saying that we've been hitting the booze a little early, maybe. I don't know. And my argument is what time is early? That's all I'm saying. I get up early, so this is late.
What's up, brother? We're going to see this guy here soon on the show.
Yeah.
Let's get set up. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, God.
Yeah, I was reading your comment before the show today, and I think we all kind of would agree with your comment on the last night's show.
Miss Eichmann, you probably shouldn't make statements like that considering the world you work in. Just saying. I'm just saying. Something like that. Something like that. We got to get to the. Is there like a? Because I'm terrible here. You say it's in the store. You say it's in the store, and I'm stalling here. Can you stall for me?
I got you. I'm fixing to be there. I think maybe. Boom.
You there already?
There you go. It's there.
Boom.
It is there. It just shows the back of the shirt, though. I don't know why that's the only picture. Would you like me to present that?
Please do.
Yes.
Can you throw the link in the chat or in the?
Sure.
Well,
I'll get all of that. I'll get all of that handled up.
Boom. Boom. We'll do that.
Paste that right there. Do that. Share screen.
Boom.
Do that. There we go.
Here we go. There it is.
And just so y'all know, that is the exact size that I ordered. And it fits great. Size small. Oh, you can get a hat too.
Ah.
Okay, no, let's see. I got the wrong one. That's that shirt. There you go. That's the one.
I know the hat's on there. We don't do that product line, and yes, you will get a hat if you buy that hat. I am not, and I probably should put this out there. I'm not a super fan of the hat. Because when they make it, you don't get to see the People's Patriot Project on the ribbon. They're not able to put that on there. But, I mean, it does represent. It does. It is there. I'm not a super fan of it. I'm just saying, I want to be truthful and honest. Too bad we can't.
Anyway,
we should probably have
another. This is the back of the shirt right here. And this is the front of the shirt right here.
Miss Eichmann's hammering me for being a perfectionist right now.
And this is something that we also have available.
Oh,
and
someone is saying,
you can get yourself a cover for your iPhone if you're one of the people that use iPhones. If you're one of them people, and if you're one of these people, you can buy one for each of us. And that's what we have available right now. But there's going to be plenty more to come.
I'm being told that the link isn't working.
Oh, you know why? It's probably because I'm on the specific I'm on the website provider part. I'm going to repost that link here.
All right. Thanks, brother. You're carrying the load today, brother. We should probably have the conversation real quick about who we got coming on next week.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about giving me a raise. My bad.
Well, you know what? Let's get it done. It's doubled. I'm doubling it today, right now. Boom. Just like that. In fact, you know what?
I love this job.
Feeling kind of generous. Everyone's pay is double today.
Across the board.
Boom. So we
Don't
will
do it, Jeremy.
What do you say?
I can't say it.
Don't say it.
I
yeah, I know. We can't do it. Has anyone seen it yet?
No.
Thank goodness I have last night's show up because we still haven't updated today's notes for everything. So this coming weekend, we've got Veterans Exploration Therapy with Deke Letson coming on. And my goal is to also have another musician lined up before we get there too. We're gonna start doing this again. Boom, get it going, and we're excited. Come check us out this Saturday or Sunday. We'll go Sunday. Don't check us out on Saturday because you won't be there. But on Sunday at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time, we will be back here working again, sharing the amazing stories of boots on the ground, organizations, influencers, and the amazing musicians. Again, we always got to make sure that we put out, we do have our radio station up and rolling. It is called WeP3 Radio. You can check it out just by checking your Google and doing, hey, I want to listen to WeP3 Radio, and it will put it up there. Or you can just click on this link, and you will get to see here. You won't be able to see its radio. You'll be able to hear all the veteran musicians we have on our network on that radio station. We would love it. Love it. If you would go ahead and also go and to our YouTube channel and say, boom, subscribe. Is that right? No. Yeah.
Subscribe.
YouTube is subscribe. Subscribe and share it out. Here's a tough piece, and this is where I'm struggling a little bit because we're going to get this WeP3 wave out there and let everyone. By no means are we doing this, and I thought about this today. It's goofy because I know that our world is stuck in that clickbait kind of bullcrap stuff. That's not what we're trying to present here, guys. We're trying to reach out to our brothers and sisters and make sure that they know that we're, A, thinking about them, B, building relationships, C, making a difference. I remember back in the day, several times on the old social media pieces where you'd put a picture up of you when you're 20 and your picture now. And they're like, oh, that's photo imaging, and people are gonna start. That's not what we're doing here. That's not our goal. We're not asking anyone to sign up for anything. We're asking you to be a proactive part of making a difference. And so, I struggle because I want to do these live posts, but at the same time, if it's not welcomed by everyone, I don't want to do that. But at the same time, how do we show and send the message. I also don't want to create a database for anyone else that's going to use it maliciously. That's the other part of it. And we already know that our social media is doing that. So if anyone's got an idea how to do this without creating these negative facets, I'm more than willing to listen and would love to hear your guys' opinions on that. So what are we going to end with today, Jonathan?
Ooh. Well, there were two songs that we talked about last night, or that I came across last night that I thought would be a fitting end to the show.
Yeah.
I don't think that the choice made was wrong with Shannon Book, but the other song that we came across is still here, so we could play that one.
I think that's a great idea, to be honest with you, because I think it sends the message, the other side of this. Because today, here, all of us have 100% made it through the worst days of our life. Any given day, no matter how bad it is, we made through it. And let's continue to keep that in the forefront. And I think this is a great song to add to this. This is from a great brother that has been in the network really pretty much from the very beginning. Are you ready to push that button, Jonathan?
Almost.
This is Stephen John, Life is Good. Patriot Pride.
Got 40 hours of paycheck, the pocket of these jeans. Got these Jensen's cranking George Strait circa 1993. Got the windows down and my arm laid up on the back of this bench seat. I'm headed toward the drive of a sweet little Cajun queen. Life is good. That sun shining down on me. Life is good. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. Got my troubles in the rear view, Corona in the igloo. Nothing's gonna get to me. Life is good. Yeah, life is good. Pull on over to the shoulder. Baby, can I have this dance? Truck doors open, she moves closer. Persuaded I a happy man. Her head on my chest, my hand on her hips. Honeysuckle floating on the breeze. Hope these cars flying by don't pay us no mind, 'cause I don't ever wanna leave. Life is good. Got that sun shining down on me. Life is good. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. Got my troubles in the rear view, Corona in the igloo. Nothing's gonna get to me. Life is good. Yeah, life is good. About nothing. Well, I ain't worried about a thing. I ain't worried about nothing. I ain't worried about a thing. Life is good. Got this sun shining down on me. Life is good. I'd rather be. Got my troubles in the rear view, Corona in the igloo. Nothing's gonna get to me. Life is good.